Hey guys, you're welcome to the very first episode of the Relaunch Squash podcast. Yes, the Squash with Mabel. If you are listening to my voice for the first time, if you are seeing me for the first time, thank you so very much for clicking that link. If you do not know what the podcast is about, it is a safe space where you can share whatever it is you're going through, be it how you feel mentally, emotionally, your successes, your everyday life. This is a safe space where you can do that. And to do that, you can share me your stories via the Google form, which is on our Instagram page, the Squash Podcast, or you can send me your story on Instagram, the Squash Podcast. You can be my guest as well, or if you choose to let me read your story anonymously, we do that as well. Without further ado, let's dive into it. The day I lost my brother was one of the most traumatizing days of my life. My younger brother was one of the most loving persons you could meet. He smiled and you could see happiness. You could see laughter. You could see everything in him. He had a condition that he had to take medications every day from birth. And we knew he had to take medications every day. But he could live to old age, which was good. So we made sure he got his medications. Fast forward to 2023, I was not in the country before then. I moved back home in March 2023. Then he was already 35 years old. I moved to where he was. But growing up, we didn't have parents. We lost our parents when we were very young, so everybody had to be self-sufficient. But even at that, we're always looking out for each other. My brother was someone that was very, very weird. Ask him how far. Are you alright? He says he's alright. He's always alright. And then life happens to everybody. Everybody are in different countries, doing one or two things. Basically focused on their families, but also focused on our immediate families as well. I came back from outside the country to start afresh, take care of my kids. I came back home, met my brother. He was sick, but he didn't say he was sick. I met him, I went back home. After a while, I found that he was sick, and then the journey began. He was sick. He was sick for a long time. But he kept quiet. He has been pushing himself. He was a child of God, a really, really conk child of God, I would say. So even in his illness, he kept going up and down, going from church to church until he could not anymore. Now the battle began, from one hospital to the other. From giving him 1 pint of blood to 2 pints of blood, 3 pints to 4 pints. From one diagnosis to the other, I was there with him. My other siblings were not around because they had their families. I was the one free, so I was taking him up and down. I had to watch my younger brother fight for survival. He never said no. He never said he could not walk. He never said no to his treatment. One day I asked him, what happened to your medications? Why did you stop taking your medications? Because at this point, his organs were already damaged. I did not want to accept it could not be fixed. I hoped that when he started the medications again, things would get better. Of course, hospitals said as well he would get better. Nobody wants to tell you there is no hope for your brother. So they said he was going to need dialysis because his kidneys could no longer support themselves. But I held hope that my brother would scale through. The young man that used to call me sis now smile for me. He said that with a smile on his face. From one hospital to the other, my brother that was already an adult, we arrived at the stage where I had to beat him myself. I had to carry him. This was a situation I didn't bargain for. If you don't go it through yourself, you won't know how it is. It's so easy to tell people, I'm sorry for what you're going through. I'm sorry for this, but if you don't live it, you don't know it. We went up and down for 3 to 4 months. We're going back and forth. Every day I had hope. I had to try to feed him, meet nutritionalists, made food, just different things, trying to make sure he was okay. Do you know how it feels when you have to bathe your brother, a full-grown man? You have to struggle to carry and keep him in the bathroom and bathe him, scold him, laugh with him, pray with him. What kind of prayer didn't I pray? I prayed different prayers. I put prayers on his body. I gave him earpiece. Listen to this prayer and keep saying amen. He never once told me he would not. I could see it in his eyes that he was tired. But I refused to acknowledge that he was going to go. Teaching hospital, we had to go to a hospital specialized in dialysis. I almost lost him 3 times. I kept screaming and they kept bringing him back for me because I refused to let go. My brother would look at me and say, "Sister, I want to go home. Please now let me go home." My brother was going right in front of me and there was nothing I could do. I kept believing in God that the miracle people talk about would happen. Nobody tells you how it feels like. In short, I doubt if people actually know how it feels like if they have not gone through it. I cleaned my brother 24/7. I held him even when his body was so hot. I kept cleaning him down, saying in my mind, if he could get cold, he would live through the night. I tried everything possible. Even when I saw the nurses and doctors, they had given us space. You could see in their expression, they were no longer as fast to respond. I think they have seen so many situations like that they grew numb to it. It's not like they didn't help, but I could see in their eyes there was nothing more they could do. So they were slow to react when I called. I guess they knew what I didn't want to acknowledge. "Sis, I can stand up. If I stand up, are we going to go home?" Those were the words of my younger brother. Of course, I had to be strong. I said yes. "Yes, we can go home if you stand up." This was after 1 or 2 sessions of dialysis. I helped my younger brother. I held him up. He said, "I will stand up. Hold me, I will stand up." He gripped me so tight. And he told me, "Sis, can you see Daddy here?" And I said, "I'm not seeing him. I'm not seeing him. Look at me. What are you seeing him for?" Omo, there was no prayer I did not pray. There was no promise I did not make. Because I knew in my mind that if my brother stayed till morning, all will be well. I prayed, I promised, I did all I could. The suffering he had suffered was not here. Then I held him. He kept insisting I want to stand up. I held him, he held me. He said, "Sis, can I go home now?" At that point, I felt what it was to do something for the person you love. But I didn't know what to do. I tried to calm him down and said, "Yes, you can go home." He gripped me. He didn't leave me. He leaned over. As I carried him, I started singing lullaby. He was jerking in my arms. And I sang, "Hush, don't you cry. It will be all right. My arms will hold you, keep you safe and strong. I'll protect you from all around you. I will be here, don't you cry." I was singing lullabies for my brother. Sometimes in the hospital, they asked, "Is this your son?" I said, "Yes." As I sang to my brother, he kept jerking in my arms. He was saying, "Sis, I'm going home. I'm going home." And I kept rubbing his back until he left. And then the nurses came asking what happened. I didn't answer them because I didn't want them to take him from me. When he had passed on, I laid him down and told them, as you can see. I sat down. I told my auntie, "Don't cry, he won't want us to cry." Of course, I asked God the question everybody will ask. Didn't I pray enough? I know I'm not a good person, but I prayed. I know I'm not a nice person, but I prayed. I know my sins are many, but I prayed. The Bible said, "God, you are the father to the fatherless and the mother to the motherless." We don't have a father or a mother, but God, you are taking my brother away from me. I don't think I've healed enough. I haven't. But I know slowly it will get better. One thing we don't know how to do in this part of the world is deal with grief. They think it's normal, but it's not normal. 2023, December 1st, I lost my brother. I felt how it feels to lose everything. Every day I try not to think. I remember him every minute of the day because he was an amazing person. He knew most of my bank details because my memory was not as good as it used to be. So when I needed something, I called him and asked him, "What's the login code for my GTB?" And he will say, "Sister." And then he gives it to me. Who will give it to me now? Whew. That was a heartbreaking story. Losing a sibling, a person that has been your companion through life, is a pain that words can't even explain. The story we just listened to is not just a story of loss, but of love, of resilience, of the things people pass through for the people they love. Grief is not something that you say, "Okay," and it will just be fine. It's not something you can just put a band-aid on and it's better. Your pain is valid. Don't carry it alone. If you're grieving, find a support system. And I'll call for action today. If you know someone that is grieving, try to be there for them. Try to offer them a shoulder to lean on. Do not invalidate their pain in any way. Do not make it an award for who feels it more. "Oh, you lost your father. Oh, I lost my brother. Oh, you lost." No. Just come out of yourself and be there for that person. Losing a parent, a sibling, a friend, losing a loved one is not something that can easily be gotten over. But slowly, with the right support system, I believe we will be fine. And to the writer, my heart bleeds for you. I am sorry that you had to go through that. I really hope you feel better soon. It will get better. It getting better doesn't mean you're forgetting that person. It doesn't mean you're forgetting that person. That person will forever remain in our hearts. Don't trip yourself that, "Oh, me feeling better means I'm forgetting." No. I'm sure they would want you to feel all right. That is all we have for today's episode. Do not forget to send me your story via the Google form. It will be read anonymously, or you can reach out to me on the Squash Podcast. I love you.